Hey, Lucas. I've been thinking a lot about things recently. I'm probably going along with my gut feeling on this one. I really think that you and I aren't going to be a good match after all. If you'd be so kind as to leave and get out of my life, that would be great. I'm sorry, but you know deep down this is probably not going to work between us.
What the heck's the meaning of this, Hillary? What's brought this on all of a sudden? Did you accidentally send this message to the wrong person? Or are you being serious right now? You're not seriously sending me this kind of message a day before we're supposed to get married, are you?
No, I've not made any mistakes. These messages were meant for you, Lucas. I wanted to make this clear to you the day before our wedding ceremony. All my guests that were supposed to come tomorrow have been notified that the ceremony has been canceled.
Wait, what? You've gone ahead and told them that it's canceled? What's the meaning of this? What are you saying to me? That we're over? I haven't got a clue why you've wanted to do this. Are you happy in this relationship? I don't understand.
Well, the situation can't be helped if you're so confused about it, right? That's a you problem, Lucas. You're just a good-for-nothing high school graduate that's made nothing of himself.
Excuse me? Why would you say something like that to me, Hillary? Don't you think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration?
But you know deep down that it's true, right? After all, if we're going to get married, you wouldn't even be able to unless you work for a major corporation. All in all, you've got a really good personality, and I really did think that if I'd married you, I'd be happy and have a comfortable life with you. But when I thought a bit more about it, I knew that it was going to be impossible. I can land someone better than you. You can attend the wedding by yourself tomorrow, or maybe find another woman who's more on the same level as you.
Is this some sort of sick prank you're pulling, Hillary? Is what you're saying for real? Don't you think that it's super unusual for someone to just cancel everything the day before they're supposed to get married? All our guests are going to start questioning everything, including our families. What's the reason for all of this? Please explain yourself.
I've already told you my reason. It's because you've made nothing of yourself. All you are is a high school graduate. You've not done anything successful at all.
What? Is that really the only reason you won't marry me? Don't you think that's a bit of a snobby thing to say? A lot of people these days are only high school graduates. A lot of people go straight into having a job after finishing their education. Also, you knew about this from the beginning of our relationship, but you waited until now to voice your opinion about it? It makes no sense. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? We wouldn't have wasted money on this wedding if you did.
Look, I don't even know myself, Lucas. Maybe I was just in a hurry to get married in general. But when I took the time to think about it, I realized I couldn't be with you. There's just no way that I've got the guts to spend the rest of my life with someone who's ranked at the bottom of the societal pyramid. All I want is to never see your face again. I don't want you to come anywhere near me.
And that's all you could say to me about this? I didn't think things were that bad between us. You never communicated how you felt at all. I honestly never expected to be dumped like this on the day before I'm supposed to get married. But I guess I have no choice but to respect your wishes. I listened to your thoughts, and I kinda understand. I just thought we would have talked more about our issues. If need be, I'll contact you again in regards to any future matters. Some things will need to be sorted because of this happening.
Lucas? Don't ever think about calling me again. You disgust me, and I can't stand to be anywhere near you. Stay away from me, you low-life piece of trash!
You know, Hillary, it's a real shame that things have turned out like this. I thought we'd be on a more mutual ground about things. I guess I was wrong. Goodbye, and good luck with your future endeavors. I do wish you all the best, Hillary.
I really can't believe this. I never thought that I'd meet you in a place like this. How did a lowlife like you get into an exclusive fine dining restaurant? Or do you have a twin you've not told me about?
I don't get what you mean by that. But I got in just like everyone else who goes to that restaurant. I made a reservation.
Sure, Lucas. How does it feel to have met your ex-fiancé again after I looked down on you for only being a high school graduate? How did it feel seeing me after I dumped you one day before we were supposed to get married? By the way, the person you saw me with at the restaurant is actually my current boyfriend. He's pretty high up in society, actually. He's one of the most successful men in the city. We're going to get married very soon, actually. I'm so happy I found someone so successful.
Oh, right. I had a feeling that he was with you. Well, I'm very glad to hear that you're happy and things are going good for you. Congratulations on your engagement, by the way. I'm sure he'll be able to give you whatever you want, Hillary.
I wanted to message you to ask how you managed to get into such a high-end restaurant. What were you going to do if you couldn't even pay for the food?
What's it to you if I was able to pay for the food I bought or not? What's me being in the restaurant got to do with you? I'm just wondering what your real reason is for you contacting me. Especially after all this time. You wanted nothing to do with me. Are you messaging me to rub in the fact that you're able to find such a successful guy and that you're going to marry him? I don't need that. Why are you going out of your way to contact me? What do you want, Hillary?
You know, I told my boyfriend about you and how you only managed to graduate high school. We laughed so much about it. We both have the same values, you see. We're different from the people who live at the bottom of society.
Oh, so you've messaged me to track my position in society? That I'm a lowlife, right? Is that what you're saying? Well, I can say for a fact that you and your boyfriend have no respect for other people's feelings, and are just rude. You just wanted to introduce me as the lowlife ex-fiancé to see how far you've come. You wanted to show that you've dumped a high school graduate who's apparently done nothing with his life. And since your boyfriend is such an elite, of course he would also look down on me and laugh about it. There's nothing worse than a oh-so-elite couple laughing about other people's circumstances.
Well, I was so close at being taken away from the elite lifestyle, so I was just communicating my disappointment in it, if it actually happened. That's really what it was about, okay? You know, it's best to marry a person who matches your values in life. I'm really happy that I'll marry a man who works for a major corporation.
Well, I can see how full of joy you are about showing off your new life to me. You've not changed one bit, Hillary. I'm not surprised, to be honest. Do you enjoy making me feel small? Don't you have any empathy? Doesn't that make you feel inside when you hurt people like this?
Excuse me, I don't feel empty at all. Why are you saying this crap, Lucas? I guess if you want an answer, I guess I do like making you feel small. I like to have the upper hand when it comes to you. Maybe it's just because you're just a high school graduate. I don't mean to do it, and that's all I can say, right? I can't help but feel condescending around you. It's too easy to feel like that because you get wound up so easily.
Well, Hillary, I hope this time you don't have to cancel the day before your wedding. That would be super unfortunate. Especially if the man was actually lying to you about being an elite in society. I hope that you two can be with each other right through until the end. Whenever that'll be.
Huh? What are you even talking about, Lucas? Am I detecting a hint of sarcasm from you? It's not going to happen this time. Besides, I had every right to break up with a lowlife like you a day before our wedding. I don't intend to break up with my successful boyfriend. He's an elite man who's got a promising future, unlike yourself. I made the right decision to break up with you. You're just a lowlife and you deserved being dumped on the day before our wedding ceremony. Anyway, my boyfriend's going to become the new section manager for his company shortly.
Are you sure about that? What if the offer's not on the table anymore?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? He's confident and successful, so of course he'll be the one who gets that position.
Could you please tell Mr. Jones that he's not to be offered the position anymore? I think he'll be contacted by Human Resources as well, but maybe it might be better that he heard it from you, Hillary. You're good at breaking news like this to people. I'm sure he'll understand.
I'm sorry, what? He's not being offered the job. Why are you saying that? What's going on here?
The story about him being the next section manager is just a made-up story. He wasn't being offered anything. I'm the president of the company he works for, so I might as well set him straight before anything bad happens. I was really disappointed in both your attitudes earlier this evening, Hillary. He's an adult, and should know how to treat people better. There's no longer a job being offered to him, so just let him know that.
Okay, we need to rewind a bit here because you're not making any sense right now, Lucas. Why should I tell him this? Is this a joke?
I'm his boss, Hillary. He'll probably start to panic once he hears about this, so as the role of his fiancé, you need to support him, okay? There's not much more I can say, but do your best with that. I'll also take responsibility for this as well.
How the heck are you his boss? Oh, are you for real? What the heck's going on here? You're completely delusional, Lucas. A high school graduate can't be a boss of a major corporation. Don't you realize how impossible that is?
Hillary, I don't really care about what you have to say to me anymore. I'm not interested in your opinion of me. But what I'm saying is true, and I'm a boss. I didn't think it would be that hard to believe. I'm sorry to break the news like this, but your fiancé's job offer has been cancelled.
Are you seriously kidding me right now? How can you possibly do this? How do you have the right to do this?
When I greeted your fiancé today, I thought for a bit and recognized him from somewhere that I've been before. I called my secretary and asked her to look into him for me. It finally hit me that he was the guy who accepted a position into my company last week. I'm sure he'd already received the job offer, but now that I've seen his attitude towards people, I'm gonna take the offer back. He'll no longer be offered the section manager position at my company.
Now, just hang on a minute. Is this really necessary, Lucas? You've hardly met him, so you can't judge a book by his cover, okay? I didn't think that you'd be the boss of the entire corporation. Who's really in charge? How can you possibly cancel my fiancé's job offer? My fiancé told me that he works for a major corporation. He didn't mention that he was only offered a position. I thought it was more set in stone.
Well, he was only planning on finding work at this company. You've obviously been mistaken, Hillary. The offer's already been taken off the table for him. Unfortunately, these things happen.
What the heck, Lucas? Are you telling me that he wasn't even working for a major corporation in the first place?
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. You just weren't listening. I guess he got a job offer here because his previous work history was good. I'm sure that whatever comes next for him, he'll be alright in that job. So don't take things to heart.
You didn't answer my question before. How are you the boss of this company? You're making no sense and my head is spinning in circles.
Okay, you've been saying this for a couple of messages now. Could you quit being so persistent and let me explain a bit more, please? What I say is just reality, Hillary, so I won't explain too much more about this. It seems that your fiancé has a lot of pride when it comes to himself. I suppose he might want to know the reason behind why his job offer was cancelled, right? It must be fate that we've all crossed paths. Isn't it destiny that he'd end up in this awkward position?
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to make me repeat history? Is that your goal here? Are you trying to make my fiancé look bad because I hurt a lowlife like you? Is that it?
I have no goal like that in mind, Hillary. I'm not interested in doing anything like that. His appearance just gives me a snobby impression. I'd thought he'd be the type to have the sort of attitude that I saw at dinner.
That's not true. And you of all people should see that. So stop imagining things.
Okay, fine. It honestly doesn't matter to me anyways. I'm just speaking the truth, Hillary.
Then why don't we change the subject, shall we? How the heck did a high school graduate like you become a boss of a major corporation? I never thought that you worked in such a high-level position, Lucas. You never said anything to me about it. And for a major corporation that's worldwide? How is that possible? This has to be some crazy lie you've made.
I don't know what to tell you, but I've been the boss ever since I'd been with you, Hillary. I thought you knew, to be honest.
Huh? Are you kidding me? You were in that position when we got together? I had no idea. Why would you hide important information from me?
I was the company president back then, yes. I hid it from you because a lot of women I had been with previously were only after the money I earned in that position. That's why I never wear anything expensive or showy. I didn't want to give it away that I was in seat of power at my company. I didn't want you knowing that when we first met. Luckily, you never realized what role I played in society, as you didn't snoop into what I did for a living. But then, you only judged me on my appearance. Then you looked down on and classed me as a lowlife who doesn't contribute to society and broke up with me a day before our wedding. So I guess that was a little bit of an unexpected development for me.
Are you kidding me? You hid all that information from me. How could you do that? It's like you didn't trust me or something. I had no idea about what you did for a job. So, basically, you were trying to see if I was ever going to go after your money. Is that why you never said anything to me? Was that really necessary?
I was trying that out, yeah. I wanted to see if you were a good fit for me. That you would be my wife and we'd support each other. I really believed you were until you left. So I kept what I did as a job a secret, until I figured you out as a person, and I almost did tell you, but you wanted to break up. But as a result of you breaking up with me, you continued to call me a lowlife, and treated me like a second-class citizen. But the worst thing about this is that you showed me your true self and put me down to hurt me. You then went and told your guests there was no ceremony. The wedding was just cancelled, and they probably still don't know the full reason why to this day. You literally left me at the altar. Now, when I think back, I believe it was a good thing that it did happen. It probably saved me a lot of grief that I might have had to deal with now.
How dare you say something like that to me? You lied about your true self. I was only acting like that because you didn't tell me the truth about your job. How was I to know that you weren't a lowlife? To be honest, I don't care if you think that it was a good thing that it happened.
Well, with the way you're talking to me right now, Hillary, I'm glad that we never got married. We wouldn't have been a good match anyways. You clearly didn't love me then, and didn't treat me like a proper human being. It's really your loss. I'm sure there were times that I was in a rush to find someone and settle down, but I'm really glad I didn't now. It would have ended in disaster. I wanted to know if someone would love me regardless of what I did as a job, and what my annual income was. You were definitely not that person for me. I tried marrying someone, even though I got a bad vibe from it. But I've learned my lesson, and that's a good thing. I know what to look for in a person now.
You can't just talk to me like that when you never told me that you were the president. How could you not tell me that? Couples aren't supposed to have secrets from each other. You should have said something. You're actually some big shot boss who's in charge of a whole corporation? Not even from my friends did I hear anything like that about you.
Okay, would you just calm down and actually listen to what I've been trying to tell you for this entire conversation? There are people out there that just want to marry someone high up in a company because they can say they're rich and have a boss for a husband. My job has hardly got anything to do with me as a person. There's more to me than that, and I was just a lowlife to you.
Would you stop saying that? You were the perfect guy for me, but you didn't tell me the whole truth about you. You said that you were only a high school graduate and then you hardly went to any detail about your career. I thought that maybe you were ashamed of being poor and that you didn't want to tell me. You made me think that you didn't do anything successful.
I never made you think that. That was the interpretation you had of me. I wish that people would stop calling each other such horrible things when it's based on their income or job. I honestly don't think I'll ever meet a decent person who wouldn't do that to me. You thought you were so high and mighty, Hillary. Then you found out the truth and put all the blame back onto me? That's not fair.
Oh, come on, Lucas. Don't be like that. Wait a minute. My fiancé is really mad about something. Hold on. What did you just tell him?
Maybe Human Resources got in contact with him about the job offer. Wouldn't it have been easier if you told him? Either way, I know it's my fault that I had to be like this, so I feel a tiny bit guilty.
As you should. So he lost his job because I introduced you to him at the restaurant earlier? Because he's my fiancé?
It's not only because of that, but it was a starting point of him not getting the position. Don't you think it's kind of bad that he couldn't remember the face of the boss that he was eventually going to be working for? To act how he did in the restaurant and towards me was completely disrespectful. Especially when it's the first time you're introducing someone. So I just decided that he wasn't a suitable fit for my company. I want to hire people who have good people skills and have a decent attitude. I suppose this would have happened sooner or later when I found out what he was truly like. So I guess I can't help that.
He's so mad about it, though. And I think you know that it's unfair to dismiss someone way before they've even done any work for the company. He even told me that it was all my fault that he didn't get the job. He said that he'd break up with me. He left me behind at the table. Oh, what are you going to do about this, Lucas? You're the one who decided to not give him the job. We were about to get married, and it seems like that's not going to even happen now. It's all because of you!
I guess try and do your best with what you got going for you, Hillary. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest.
Are you kidding me right now? Is this some kind of revenge you've been plotting against me and my future husband?
No, I wasn't planning for revenge, Hillary. I had no idea that the guy I met was going to be your future husband. It was just how it turned out to be.
I can't believe this crap. Are you still holding a grudge over me canceling the wedding? Is that it? You just wanted to have some fun with me and ruin my life?
After all this time, you really think I'm still holding a grudge over that? Why? If anyone hasn't moved on from that, it's you, Hillary. The partner I was looking forward to marrying was standing right in front of me. But in the end, you turned out to be completely different. You weren't who I thought you were. I actually thank you for breaking up with me back then. I was saved from a potentially terrible marriage.
How dare you? You can't seriously thank me for that. I had no idea who you truly were. I'm not happy about this at all, Lucas. I'm about to be dumped by my current fiancé, and it's all your fault, Lucas. You've gone too far this time.
Well, he wasn't an elite and didn't have any position of power. He wasn't going to be the next section manager for my company anyways. He was telling you lies, Hillary. So to be honest, does it matter if he dumps you if he was pretending to be something he wasn't?
Well, if that's going to happen, why don't we try starting over since I know who you truly are now?
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? You want to get back together with me? Hillary, are you kidding me?
I only just realized when I saw you today how much I actually missed you and that you were a way better person for me than my current fiancé. I should have stayed with you in the first place. Then I would have found out you were a successful businessman. The decision I made 2 years ago was very impulsive and completely stupid. I take it all back. I'm being remorseful here. So why don't you start again? Will you get back together with me, Lucas? Just like old times? We'll have so much fun together and so much to reminisce on.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting back together with you, Hillary. You've been so up and down with me in this conversation, it put me off you for life.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Why are you being so unreasonable? It's not like you're seeing anyone, and I'm free now. Isn't this how it's supposed to work out between us? You don't think it's fate that's brought us back together again?
I think we've got different interpretations of fate, Hillary. Like I said before, I've got no intention of getting back together with you. I know what you're like now, and I know that you'd only be with me so you can get my money and be rich beyond your wildest dreams. Besides, my wedding ceremony is next weekend, so I'm definitely not going to leave my future wife to be with a money-grabbing woman like you.
What the heck? You're getting married next week? I thought there was no one else involved. You're always lying to people, aren't you? So you've just decided to get married without my blessing. Do you think that's normal, Lucas? What am I supposed to do about this?
I guess you didn't know that I had someone? Did you really think it was any of your business? I'm also engaged to be married, and I'm really glad that I found a woman who appreciates me for who I am, and not my wallet. You're not doing anything, and I don't need your blessing because you're my ex. I don't want anything to do with you. With that, good luck with your unemployed fiancé, who has a tendency to over-exaggerate his successes. I think you'll be happy together. Goodbye, and good luck, Hillary. You're going to need it more than me.
Just wait, Lucas! You can't just abandon me! I'm still in love with you and I want to be with you. Don't you get that? I've only just realized what I'd lost. Please give me another chance to fix all of this. I'll do better. I promise. Don't leave.
Would you quit it with this disgusting behavior? I'm so over it.
Excuse me. All I want is to be with you and marry you. Please just give me another chance and we'll be a lot happier.
I completely refuse to do that. I said it's over, so you need to accept that. I can't talk to you anymore, so I'm just gonna block your number.
What? No,
Oh, please, Hillary. Don't act so desperate. It's not a good look for you. Good luck hunting for your new elite husband. I'm sure he'll be a catch. But with your personality, you might be able to find any guy to marry. After that, Hillary was dumped by her boyfriend after he lost his job at Lucas's company. Apparently, she desperately tried to get back together with Lucas, but he was having none of it. He immediately blocked her and ended their interaction. Hillary has started from scratch again when it came to looking for someone to marry. With her search being not so successful, she was getting super exhausted. Now Lucas is with a different woman. It seems like they're both living happily as a married couple. With that, we say congratulations to them. Well, at least to Lucas, not Hillary. She'll probably be living with a bunch of cats in the future.